Yes guys, another Infinity War video, but we do have to address the elephant in the room about the Soul Stone. Welcome back guys, it's Geek here. Yes, I thought I'd don my Infinity Gauntlet once again because we do need to talk about the Soul Stone, and this specifically relates to the theory videos about the theory videos about whether Thanos' name spells out the housing devices, the vessels that contain each Infinity Stone. So loads of videos are made on this. I made a few myself, quite a few in fact, because the theory did seem to work. Every sort of letter in his name did predict the actual vessel that Infinity Stone was in, and so we assumed H would be for the Soul Stone. So we made loads of videos about the H. What could it stand for? Where's the Soul Stone going to be revealed? Trying to guess what thing is, housing it. But apparently we were all just wrong, and it was pointless to do that. This, of course, contains spoilers, so if you've not seen Infinity War, don't listen, look away now, all that kind of stuff. But the Soul Stone, in the end, was revealed to be being held by the Red Skull. He was like a stone keeper, he was like a wraith, on the planet Vormir. So nothing to do with H at all, and we were all wrong. It was on Vormir, and what? Like, why? Or why was it in the H? Every other letter worked. Why didn't H work? Why did you let us think it was H for so long? Did Marvel really troll us this bad? All the letters worked up until now. Why didn't this one work? The T, as per the theory, was the Tesseract, and indeed inside the Tesseract was the Space Stone. The A was the Aether, and indeed the Aether was the Reality Stone, like in a viscous form, but it was Reality Stone. The N, people were saying, might be the necklace. It might be Doctor Strange, might be a reveal there, and guess what? People were right. Everyone was right. Inside his necklace was the Time Stone. It was called the Eye of Agamotto, but it was in his necklace. The O was for Orb, and inside the Orb was the Power Stone. And the S, and this was a far stretch because the colour was completely different to what the stone eventually was for Scepter. Everyone said maybe that scepter that Loki was given contains an Infinity Stone, and guess what? They were right. It had the Mind Stone inside of it. Get the idea with that. So every one of those letters worked. Every one of those theories about the vessel that could contain the Infinity Stone was right. And in fact, I think I heard this theory after only, no more than 3 stones were revealed to be inside, a particular vessel in the movie when it was taken out of the vessel or whatever. Only like 2 or 3 of them. So this theory has been around for a long time, and everything that it then predicted was correct. Could it really be just a huge coincidence to this point for them all to work? I mean, there wasn't a great deal of shoehorning to make these theories work. It wasn't a massive stretch. The only one out of them that was a little bit of a stretch was End the Necklace, because it wasn't really the necklace that had the stone, it was the Eye of Agamotto. So, a little bit of a stretch, but even Tony Stark himself calls it a necklace in the movies.
He came here to steal a necklace from a wizard.
So, it's still not that bad. I still think the theory was leaked by Marvel themselves. And even if it wasn't, even if it was a coincidence after the first 2 or 3 that someone came up with this theory, they would have known, they would have paid attention to it and thought, why no, maybe we'll make the rest of the stones work in that way. So either they started it or they took it upon themselves to use it going forward, because like I say, how can that be a coincidence? So then did they just think, we'll troll everyone with the H and it won't be that, they'll be theorising for ages? Or did they not really use it at all and it was all coincidence? I don't know. All I know is it didn't seem to work at all. And I wanted this video just to close the loop on it because I did make a lot of videos and so did a lot of people. And everyone's like, well, why wasn't it H? Why wasn't it H? So I thought I'd just do this video just to sort of say, well, apparently it wasn't. Let's leave it at that. Or wasn't it? Maybe it was H. Yes, I'm going to quickly say a few reasons why it could have still been H. Now these are very, very much reaching. They're definitely a stretch. I don't think Marvel is ever going to confirm that these are right, any of these are right. I don't think we'll ever know for sure. I can't seem to find any confirmation about it. But there are a few ways it could still be H, so let's talk about those. First of all, it's worth mentioning that in the comics, Vormir, the planet that they go to get the stone, is in the Helgenta system. It's the 6th planet in it or something like that. So, just so you know, there is an H already associated with it, but I think that's a massive reach because it's not a containing vessel as such. It's just a, it's just a system, a solar system or whatever. So, but I just thought I'd let you know. But the one thing that I do think it could be is H for heart, as in Thanos' heart. Now, his heart didn't hold the Soul Stone, however, he did need to break his heart to unleash the stone, if that makes sense. Yes, the Wraith, the Red Skull, tells him, in order to get the Soul Stone, you need to sacrifice something you love, and therefore effectively breaking your heart in order to get the stone.
Really? Tears?
They're not for him.
So yes, heart does kind of work. It could also be her, H for her, as in Gamora. Now, she was the only person he really cared about. She was the only person that knew the location of the planet where the stone is. So her makes sense. It's all about her. Getting to the Soul Stone, the thing that's protecting the Soul Stone, if you will, is her. So I think both of those are pretty good. Heart or her, I think, do make some sense. The only other thing it could be that I can think of is to do with the Red Skull himself. So, of course, the Red Skull is pretty much the embodiment of Hydra. Hydra begins with an H. He keeps it, he isn't able to use it himself, but he is the Stone Keeper. He does, keep it locked up, if that makes sense. So he's kind of like the containing vessel in that way. And also, he is called Herr Schmidt, or Herr Skull, as in, like, Mr. So, it's just like the German word for Mr. But he is still called it in the movie. In first Captain America movie, they call him Herr Schmidt all the time. So, it's kind of his name. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch because, like I say, it does just mean Mr. But that is one of his aliases. Do you have any other ideas? I'd love to hear a theory which makes a lot of sense. I think either heart, her, or something to do with the Red Skull like Hydra or Herr Schmidt works. I don't think it'll ever be confirmed, and I do just think it's making it work. I don't think it is the answer, because it doesn't seem like there is an answer. It seems like the Soul Stone, all along, was just not part of a big theory. The theory was wrong. These were just all coincidences. Or they all worked as part of the theory, but Marvel did that to throw us off where the Soul Stone would eventually be. They just wanted us to think it was like Heimdall or something, and it never was going to be. I mean, it makes some sense because, spoiler alert, you shouldn't make it this far through the video, Heimdall killed off within like the first couple minutes in Infinity War. So it's almost like Marvel is saying, ha, you thought it was Heimdall this time, stab. And it's like, he's not really. And then everyone's like, why? So it could just be a massive troll on the part of Marvel. But either way, I think this kind of wraps it up a little bit because either we were wrong or we were right because these other couple of H's kind of work. But we just need to push that theory away now because it's been revealed. It's all completely irrelevant. This video is irrelevant, really. But I just wanted to try and close the loop. Just, done and dusted, lock and key, throw it away, move on. Let's all just move on. The theory didn't work, but it's fine. It didn't have to work. It's fine. I only made like 5 videos about it. I only spent lots of time trying to think where it could have been, but it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. They were just trolling us the whole time. It's all just a joke to them. It's just a joke to them. It doesn't matter. It's okay. We'll be okay. Don't worry, guys. I am moving away from Infinity War videos now, but we do still want to talk about Avengers 4 coming up. Theories for that. Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out soon, but in UK it's being pushed back by a whole month, which is a bit annoying. But what I think that probably means is not much spoilery in it. There's not much that leads into Avengers 4. We know that the movie takes place before Infinity War, so it's mainly just to introduce the Wasp. I don't think anything massive is going to happen which could point to anything happening in Avengers 4. Otherwise, I don't think they would push this one back in UK. Apparently it's because of the World Cup, which is a big competition which every country can enter as long as they're good enough to play football or soccer. And I think they just assume that in England all we can do is watch football and we won't go to the cinema, which is completely wrong because if anything, more people will go to the cinema because they'll be out already having a drink, the football will finish, and they'll be like, what should we do? Let's go and watch a new Marvel movie. Well, no, we can't do that now because we have to wait another 4 weeks. Very stupid idea, a little bit annoyed about it, but I don't think it will affect much in the way of Avengers 4. But when we know more stuff, we will talk about it, and if you have any particular specific questions or theories that you want me to discuss, then let me know down below. But yeah, that was just a quick video. Probably won't be, probably turn out to be like 10 minutes as usual. But I'll be doing some gaming videos soon, all that kind of stuff, and some more news. We got E3 coming up, so there'll be lots of stuff dropping for that. But that will about wrap this one up. So guys, if you like that, please click like. Make sure you're subscribed for more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next video. And until then, remember, the theory didn't work, just get over it. Okay, I will. Bye. Guys, if you're still here, you're awesome! But as you are still here, why not check out some of my other videos? Oh, and if you haven't already, please click subscribe. Laters, haters.